So I started studying addiction and what it was like and what I needed to do to break it. But mainly I was searching for that high the whole time.
Terrifying.
It was crazy. It was terrifying. It was someone else was in control. Something else was the main driving force with everything that I did. And it was always after that high. And then you get that high and a half an hour later, you get that low.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time you're waiting for the next hit. For a month, for like a month, it was just what I lived and breathed.
Happy book release day.
Oh my gosh, today's the day. So exciting. I'm so excited.
It's gotta feel good.
It does feel really, really good.
Yeah.
I feel like I finally have a voice. Not that I didn't before, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like so much more like these are my innermost thoughts.
Mm.
You know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I'm so grateful.
Do you feel free?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Writing it, I felt free. And then when I did the audible version, the audio version, again, I was like, oh my gosh. It just felt so good.
The audible must have been weird because you're hearing yourself tell your truth out loud. It's different than writing.
Yes, and you know what, I would say if I were going to do the whole thing over again, I would read it out loud before it was finally published, because there are a few things in there where I'm like, the timeline is a little bit, just little things like that. In the end, it does not matter because the story's still the story.
Right.
Yeah. Read it out loud.
Yeah, you shared that writing this was gut-wrenching.
It's hard.
I would imagine. Why was it time to tell your story?
Because it felt like I've been asked so many times, like what the behind the scenes, what brought me to this place and everything. And I feel like I have made it to my place. And so now that I've made it to my place, I was ready to kind of look at it from a different perspective. I think it was just that perspective that I needed. Yeah. It was still hard. It was still good. I still put myself back to where I was at the time that everything took place, but I was at a different place in my life, so I could kind of reach this mecca.
Yeah, I imagine that's the hardest part, is you're returning to a self that you've kind of moved on from.
Definitely moved on from. And like, I don't feel like that anymore.
Right.
And so being right there in the moment and present in the moment, I did my best to be like that because I wanted it to be relatable to other people who might be going through the same thing that I was going through. Not the polygamy part. Unless they are going through the polygamy part, whatever.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
The book is out, as we've said, very exciting.
Yes.
Fans are already reacting to it. They are saying you are exposing Kody's biggest betrayals in this book. What do you have to say to that?
This is all my perspective, and this is all my point of view. That's it. It's just a little bit hidden, a little bit diving deep into how I felt at the time. And it's going to be different than anybody else's perception. Of course, Kody's going to feel different about all of these things that I bring up. But then I'm like, well, then write your own book. You know, that's okay. Go for it. But it's just my perspective, and it's how I felt at the time. Yeah. And I don't feel like that anymore. It's like, I moved on.
Was there anything you felt compelled to discuss with Kody before putting in the book? No.
He doesn't really know anything in there, probably. From, I don't know. Should I have?
I think it's a personal decision.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I don't really talk to Kody that much.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying to you off camera before is that what I got to know about you is how you got here, right? Because it's easy to sit from a perspective of judgment and not understand what plural marriage is or polygamy and sort of be like, oh, well, that's weird, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of people might take that approach at first. But we got to know how you really got to this place and ultimately married Kody. Would you say that you were very naive to what marriage to Kody would be like?
Yes. Even though I was raised in it, and like my whole life I lived, like I had 2 moms when I was 5, and then everybody that I was around was a polygamist. I never really saw all of everything that went into it. So when I got married, I wanted to be the third wife and everything like that. That was like my most favorite thing ever, was the third wife situation. Yeah. And I just didn't know how hard it would be, though. I was thinking it'd be more like this fairy tale ending kind of a thing. But you know, it was just harder than I thought. I was just surprised.
You really believed that you were going to have a romantic love affair and beautiful marriage with Kody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I thought it'd be great. And there were years in there that it was good. There was like a 10-year stint in our marriage that was really, really good, and just good times from there. And before that and the after that, not so much. Yeah. But like this, 10 years that were good. Yeah. So that part, but it was still never the soulmate. Like I always knew that he wasn't my soulmate. I always knew that. Right. Yeah. But yeah, we were friends. Went back to friends, which was good. Yeah.
lots of moments of manipulation in your marriage with Kody, and you realized that in watching the show back. What were some of those moments that you felt like he was really manipulating you?
So I didn't realize it was really, I didn't really realize it was really manipulation.
Yeah.
I like from a different perspective. So even when I would watch the episodes sometimes, or when we'd sit on the couch and he would start to speak, I'd be like, I think this is a manipulation here, but I didn't really put it down like that. I didn't really understand it was manipulation.
Yeah.
I did not get that. I did not understand that until I just would see it on the episodes sometimes, and I'd be like, wait a minute, that's what that seems like? That's what that looks like? Oh, and that's when I was like, well, I don't like to be manipulated.
Yeah.
I don't really like being controlled. That's not what I signed up for. That's not what a marriage is. Marriage should be a partnership. It should be this thing where you agree on things together. There shouldn't be control like that.
Absolutely.
I didn't really understand that was happening. I just didn't get it.
How did you begin processing that? Did you reach out to someone? I know you said you had a family therapist the whole time.
We did, yeah.
Is that the person that you really confided in?
At the beginning, she was, but just even, we had a couple of different family therapists. The one that helped us the most, I remember calling her and she was like, so what's happening? And I would tell her and stuff, and she's like, so what exactly are you looking for then in a partner? What exactly are you looking for in a husband? And she had me list them one day of everything that I really wanted. I wanted a companion. I wanted someone who was attracted to me. I wanted someone that spent time with my kids and everything. And it was at that point when I listed everything that was really important to me that I realized what I was getting was not what I had, or was not what I wanted. Right. Yeah, but it was that moment. I remember exactly where I was. I was in Flagstaff. It was a Zoom call with her, and I just remember realizing what I had was not ideal for me.
Did Kody see this therapist too?
Yeah, we did group therapy sessions with her all together in Vegas, and then we did separate ones, and I did individual ones.
Were you ever nervous that he was manipulating the therapist too?
Oh, no. No.
Okay. Because when I read in the book that it was a family therapist,
yeah,
I sort of had that red alert thing go off in my mind.
No.
I was worried that he was getting to the therapist too.
No, I think, no, she was very smart. She was very astute, and I think that she would have caught on to that, definitely. Yeah, no, I trust her.
One thing people wonder about is the finances, especially before the show. There was a lot of tension in the family due to finances, it seemed.
I think there's always tension due to finances.
Yeah.
I think monogamy, there's always tension.
Right.
I think in polygamy, there's tension. Whenever there's not enough, there's tension. But whenever you're not seen as an equal that has equal say, I think there's going to be tension. So there was. We'd get together and have these conversations, and I'd be like, am I really even heard in this? I don't know.
Yeah. Did you feel like an equal among the other wives when it came to finances?
Sometimes an equal, but it was more like I was just kind of told this is what we're doing kind of thing. And I don't know why I went along with it all the time.
Right.
But sometimes I'd be like, that's not really going to work for me, that kind of a thing. But for the most part, I was pretty amiable. As long as my needs were met, I was fine. As long as my kids' needs were met, I was fine.
Right.
So my needs were being met.
So did Kody pay the bills?
No, we all paid separate bills.
Okay.
We would get paid we'd get paid like a payroll kind of a thing.
Right.
And my needs were met, so I wasn't that concerned what everybody else was doing. When we had big things that needed to be addressed or that we needed to fix, like Isabel's surgery was pretty expensive, as far as the downwind, and then when Truly was in the hospital, that was expensive. So there were big things like that we figured out together. And where I helped, I was definitely heard then we would just do it together. But for the most part, we were in charge of our own things. Yeah.
You talk about in the book sort of always using the word, it's fine.
It's fine.
Or the saying, it's fine.
It's fine. I didn't even realize it. I wrote the book, and I remember reading back again, and then finally it was just this other perspective again.
Yeah.
Where I didn't realize I had done that so much. I always knew that it was my job to make everything okay.
Yeah.
That was my job. That was my role. I got it. I understood it. But it wasn't until I saw it in print that I was like, or even when I was saying it out loud and going through all the stories and writing it all down, it was like, oh my gosh, that is a continuing thread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say Christine now likes to say, it's not fine, actually?
No, I stand up for myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely stand up for myself. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
One thing that everyone is always super curious about is your sex life.
Yes.
With Kody and the wives' sex lives. This is not an interview about your sex life.
That's good.
Because I really actually think you address it pretty head on in the book. I think you say it was awkward. It was weird.
I just try and address it straight on. I felt like we did that, like the first episode, like of the show that we did, we addressed it head on. I'm just going to address it head on, and hopefully I don't have to ever talk about it again.
Right. In the book, you say you could hear through the very thin walls, your husband being intimate with the other wives. My question really is, did you ever get to a place of acceptance that your husband was sleeping with the other wives?
So, right, isn't that weird? It's like, what is taught that you're going to be okay with that, and you're going to be fine with that, and it's going to be something that's fine. Yeah, for a long time I was like, they should have a full functioning marriage. If what we have is so important, it's a plural family, then all of the marriages should have a healthy, intimate life like that, and it should be healthy and good. That way it all works better. That is what I thought. Yes, 100%, that is what I thought. I really was in polygamy to be in polygamy, and in order for it to work, they all needed to be equal relationships, and that means it's a full marriage.
Wow.
No, totally was into it. Yes.
I just imagine, as a newly
weird,
married
right?
woman.
I know. Well, now, me too. Now that
too.
I'm with David and I live monogamy, by the way, is much better. I'm just saying, it's quite lovely. Yeah, I look back and I'm like, was I just duped? Was I fooled in some way? But it was what I believed. It was my religion. It was something that was super important to me. And it was what it was.
Right.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't. And then I moved on.
You do talk about, you kind of explain, I think, to people that aren't born into this religion, they teach you to endure through the end.
Yeah. Can you believe that? What a sad way to live life. Sad. I think that's terrible.
So is that what you told yourself? I just have to endure this?
So that was like taught from like the main, like in the lessons and things like this, endure through the end. All these things that are hard are only temporary. Once you die, everything's going to be better. Once you reach this thing, everything's better. But then also throughout your life, you're going to find these little golden nuggets and things like that. I'm like, no, that's not going to work for me. Shouldn't we enjoy? Just enjoy, not even through the end. Yeah. Shouldn't we just enjoy life? Embrace it, enjoy it. This enduring thing, that was never my cup of tea, never. I'm like, that's not going to be how I do this. So I would just enjoy it. So even when things were hard, I would just keep telling myself, you know what, this is going to be fine. Everything really worked out. And I just tried to be as positive as possible. Yeah. Because I just had faith and I believed and I hoped that it would get better all the time. I just did.
One thing you say in the book, and this is me saying this, I found this to be wildly cruel, is when Kody says to you, I was never attracted to you. Yeah. And I think that was 20 years into your marriage.
I know. Can you believe that? Even at the very beginning, he said he wasn't attracted to me at the very beginning. And I'm like, then why did you propose? You should not be in a relationship with someone if there's not chemistry. I'm just saying. Right. Yeah, no, that was a terrible thing to hear.
It's terrible.
It was terrible.
I imagine that
was
very
that's why
painful.
It was really important for me to figure out the next person is going to be attracted to me. So, I mean, David and I, we are just
We're going to talk about David because I'm upset. We're all obsessed with you and David.
I'm also obsessed.
Looking at the side-by-side wedding photos, your marriage to Kody and David, and then your marriage to David, it just really shows that life can lead you all different places. And I'm happy to see you in this beautiful place.
Oh, same. Lovely.
Another darker thing that you do discuss in the book is your struggle with addiction to oxycodone.
Yes. Yep. I felt like it was time to open up about that. Wow. I think throughout the book, what I tried to really do was to think about all the different people that I'd met along the way and the different parts of my story that had touched different people. And that was one of them, where I felt like it needed to be addressed. And because I just told a couple of people, they were like, wait, now what? That also happened to like so-and-so. It can happen to anybody just like that.
It's very scary.
It was scary. I felt like I was out of control of all of it. Yeah. And I was only addicted for such a short time. Right. But it messed me up for a good 6 months after. Easy. Because I would just chase that high.
How did it happen?
So I had knee surgery and they prescribed the pill to go ahead and take it. And day 3 into taking this pill for the pain for the knee surgery, I realized I really wasn't in pain for my knee anymore. But what I was taking it for was this achiness everywhere. Like everywhere, my whole body hurt. So I would take a pill and it would all get better. And then I realized what I was doing was trying to get the next hit. And I'm like, I'm addicted. On day 3, I knew I was addicted. So I started studying addiction and what it was like and what I needed to do to break it. But mainly I was searching for that high the whole time.
Terrifying.
It was crazy. It was terrifying. It was someone else was in control. Something else was the main driving force with everything that I did, and it was always after that high, and then you get that high, and a half an hour later you get that low, and then the rest of the time you're waiting for the next hit. For a month, it was just what I lived and breathed. It was crazy.
Who helped pull you out of this?
My mom was great. She lived there, and then Maddie came to my house, and she's like, "So, I don't know who this is. None of us know who this is. Caleb's coming here. We all want to hang out, and we miss you. Whatever's happening, we miss you." So I took the tablets and I broke them all in half.
You did?
I did. I broke them all in half, and I just took halves after that. And I realized I had to break it. So like 2 weeks into it, I started taking the half dose instead, never had the high again. And then Kody actually took all of the girls out of town for a weekend.
Really?
And I just stayed in my bed watching Pretty Woman for like 3 days straight, sobbing, and just got all of it out of the system, and then just stopped taking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts and
Pretty
Richard
Woman.
Gere pulled
Pretty
through.
Woman, they pulled through for me. I watched it a lot that weekend and just sobbed and watched Pretty Woman. Didn't take it. So I stopped taking it the morning that they left. And then they came back in town after 3 days, and I was done taking it, and all of the detoxing was done as far as taking it, but then still the emotional residue afterwards was a little bit difficult.
That's amazing that you were able to kick it that way, because a lot of people get these bottles after surgery and they don't know it can happen. It happens and they can't pull themselves out. What would your advice be to anyone that is going through surgery and has pain, and how to monitor this?
I think take it if you have the pain. Do what you need to do for the pain.
Right.
But once you realize you don't need it anymore, don't take it.
Yeah.
Only take it if you have to. It is there for a reason.
Right.
Only take it if you have to, and when you're done taking it, there should be someone that knows you're taking it, that you can trust to give it to, that they can take it back to the pharmacy for you and just get rid of it and get it out of your house completely, which would be amazing. Your
relationship with the other wives. You explain a little bit more of how it ebbs and flows, which I think is real. That's what we would anticipate. What is your relationship with each sister wife now?
So I don't talk to Robin or Mary, but Janelle and I still hang out. Like, she came into town just recently, and we hung out. Did a little party for her that you're going to see next season.
Okay.
Yeah, I still hang out with her. I think we still feel like we're there. We just raised each other's kids.
It seems like you guys kind of always were the most aligned.
Sometimes I would say it was like an ebb and flow, like all of the other relationships.
Yeah.
But out of all of them, I told David, like, on date 2, I have a sister wife, and it's Janelle. You're gonna know her for the rest of our lives, but it's not a sister wife to you. She's just mine. We're not doing that yet. Yeah. She's just in my life.
Well, you're also still co-stars, because the show is in season 20.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Insane.
It's been so long. It is crazy.
I cannot believe that. The trailer is out.
Yes.
It's pretty wild. Kody talks about potentially adding a wife with him and Robin. Is there another wife coming? What are your thoughts on that?
I wish they'd just be happy in monogamy.
Yeah.
I love monogamy, and I know he does too. So I don't know what the deal is, why they even talk about it. I don't know. I don't know why he's not just embracing life and loving it. I don't understand that at all. That was completely shocking to me too. I'm like,
it was.
Wait, now what is happening? I'm like, that can't be real. None of that can be real. I'm sure that's not real.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to watch the episode 2, because I also am very curious now about that.
Might be a red
Really?
herring.
Are they entertaining? Really? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that. I would think they should just like monogamy, though, right?
He has
They're
said
like
that
soulmates.
he wants to be monogamous.
I know. Well, they're soulmates too, and you watch the two together, it would be unfair to the whole situation.
Yeah.
Like, he and Robin, they're just a great couple. Just leave it. It's fine. Why? Just, be okay and happy with that.
Yeah. You two sit down in the new season.
Yes.
And it looks like he gives you a heartfelt apology. Did you accept that apology?
Well, I think the apology was for him. It wasn't for me. So you're going to see it. I can't even think about that with my mind being blown. You're going to see it. It's going to shock you, the whole apology, all of the apologies, all of it. I watched a little bit for the tell-all, like these little clips, and I was like, you did what? You said what? What? It was all for him. It was his apology. He needed to hear it more than anybody. He had his agenda that he needed to do. When he fixes his relationship with his kids, that's when I'll accept the apology. Like, take care of your kids, reach out to your kids, call them, spend time with them, and work on that relationship. And then at that point, we can talk apology. That's an action that should happen, not just words. Words don't mean a thing.
It sounds like words. That might be the thing that you haven't forgiven him for. Well, is the children and their relationship with him.
My kids are heartbroken. They, you know, even the ones that talk about how they've moved on, they've accepted that this is their dad and this is what he does, and they've accepted it and they've moved on. I think in there, I love my dad. I love my relationship with him. And it's one of my favorite relationships that I have. So I can't imagine what it's like for my kids to not have a great relationship with their dad. It's heartbreaking for me. So that I wish that could be fixed.
Now that you're on the other end of this, and you have your amazing partner, David, who's here with you today.
Yes, he's wonderful. He's very supportive.
Yeah. What is your take on polygamy? If a young woman contacted you, and maybe they do, and asked you, should I enter a plural marriage, what would be your reaction?
So I would say with anybody in any walk of life that you're going to live, make sure that you know what your voice is and you're not just doing it to go along with some flow. Like, make sure you know where you stand, and make sure you know that you have rights, and make sure you know how you feel about things and that you speak. And that you know your voice and you hear it. I think that that's the biggest thing that I wish I would have thought more about where I was at different times and really spoke my mind and really spoke my truth. So I would say definitely. But then I'm like, oh my God. To my children, I'd be like, no, that's not going to happen. They wouldn't anyway.
You mentioned that you and Janelle have some fun this season, which is really nice to hear. You honor her son Garrison's legacy in the book, who has passed away. How have you supported Janelle through that horrible loss, and how have you navigated your own grief?
There's nothing, nothing compares to the heartbreak of losing a son, of losing a child. No parent should have to ever deal with that. I don't think there's a way to get through it. You know, it's just day at a time, and then suddenly it's this gut punch, and you realize he's gone again. And no, it's awful. It's awful.
I'm so sorry for your
so
loss.
hard. So hard.
I really am.
Thank you.
As you navigate this new life, we are all so happy to see you happy.
Thank you. It's a lovely new life.
And building back your self-esteem.
Yes.
How do you feel about who Christine is today?
No, I totally love who I am today and where I've come. Who I am right now is because of the whole past. And because of the choices that I made that led me here. And I love and honor that whole journey. I love how I got there. I know that I am who I am today because of my whole journey through polygamy and all of it. And does David make you feel sexy and beautiful and all the things that you deserve? All of the things that I wanted so badly. He does it all. I hope everybody has their David. I really do. He's wonderful. Good. Now, the cover of this book, I couldn't help but see Christine Brown Woolley. Yes, Brown is there because for so many reasons. One, it's personal. It was my choice to keep it, you know, and I get to make that choice. Also, truly, one day she's like, what happens if we're at the airport and we're trying to go to the airport? My last name's Brown and yours isn't. I'm going to yell stranger danger. I'm like, really? Really, truly? But then also, you know what? I was a Brown for a long time, for 25 years of my life. Right. And I think that needs to be honored too. The outfit, though, is David's idea, just so you know. Ooh. David picked the outfit. Yeah. I love a little red. I know, I do too. I love a pop of red. I loved it. David picked that. He's got a great taste. Yeah. He does. He's very empowering. Very empowering. He's wonderful. Did you have those moments of like, I would imagine in this new marriage, you have these moments of like, this like is what it's supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to be. Yeah. You're supposed to feel like supported and loved. And there's nothing you have to do to earn this love. Yeah. It just comes because of who David is and who I am and who we are together. I can't believe it's so easy and wonderful. I really wish it for everyone.